All right, in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit on technicals. We're going to talk a little bit about some fundamentals, and then we're going to end with a bit of an interesting question that I saw in Wall Street Silver's forum that I think might actually be of interest to you guys. So let's start here with some technicals. This actually is not a chart of silver. This is a chart of the DXY, which is the US dollar index. It is the dollar compared with its major competitors, such as the euro, Japanese yen, British pound, and so on and so forth. And as you can see here, this looks like the opposite of what we are seeing in silver's chart. Yesterday, we took a look at silver's chart and did some technical analysis there. Watch yesterday's video to see a bit of that. But obviously, this looks a little bit different. It looks like we just came from a huge month-long decline, and we might start seeing some mean reversion, and we might start seeing some uptrend here within the DXY. Now, if we take a look at some of these indicators, it looks like the candlesticks are, or there's a start here of it edging back up to the 20-day moving average. And if it would go above a 20-day moving average, that would be somewhat of a bullish sign. We also have here the RSI, which is now hit an inflection point, it looks like, and is now shot up, obviously matching the strength here of this pretty green, strong green candlestick. And it looks like we are now edging back up here in the MACD. So let me scroll down here so you can see it a little bit more. And actually, I don't think you can see that. But it looks like here with the histogram, it's heading into the lighter red territory, going to head probably back up into the green territory in a matter of several days, and we're going to start to see the blue line cross above the orange line, likely sometime during that period. So the dollar in the near term may start to gain a little bit of strength, which would give some downward pressure onto silver. Now, my long-term thesis still holds that I believe that silver is going to continue to rise over the medium and long term. And we also have, in addition to what we see in the CPI as well, we have here within the bond market, this is the 10-2 yield curve, the anticipation of rising inflation. And that tends to be a deduction when people see the yield curve rise or steepen in this way. When they see the yield curve steepen in this way, they assume that there's going to be somewhat of an economic expansion, and with that, there may be some inflation via the CPI. So with that, that would be an additional support to our thesis that the CPI is going to rise. Now, in addition, we have so many just factors and indicators fundamentally that are pushing towards this, that at this point, I don't know anybody who thinks that there won't be at least even some temporary inflation. We even have companies that are saying we are going to raise prices by the end of 2021 and in 2022. Again, we have Procter & Gamble come out and say that in their earnings call. We had, I believe it was Coca-Cola, come out and say it in their earnings call. So companies are going to be raising prices. We also saw recently this week that the cost of labor and the increase of labor from the lessening of unemployment claims being put out there week over week is looking pretty good, and that will definitely be a story as far as the velocity of currency is concerned, as people go out there into the economy and start buying up these products that are higher priced. So again, all these things will be a benefit to silver, especially given the fact that it has its industrial capacity. Again, this is something that will likely give silver a little bit more of that a little bit more of that push that possibly well, gold will also have a bit in this as well, but silver will definitely in this economic expansion. Now, let's continue and talk about this question that I saw here on Wall Street Silver. Now, I thought it was pretty interesting. Um, this person says, now that this board is gaining some power, why don't we negotiate the discounted pricing for members of Wall Street Silver? A special code could be issued and changed each day for members who frequent this site. Why would ATMEX or or JM Bullion, I assume, not do this? The higher, let me just move this over as I'm reading, the higher the discount, presumably more Wall Street Silver members would go there. This is clearly a win win for both the website and the retailer. People who may be interested in silver will learn that if they become members of our site, they will pick up some physical silver cheaper. The retailer will get more business from this quickly growing community. And any thoughts? Any thoughts here? Maybe the dealers would even compete for the highest discounts. Now, I actually think that this won't happen, and the main reason comes down to yesterday was, if not a testament to why this probably wouldn't happen. Yesterday we had the silver raid, and people were buying up silver left and right. Now, of course, a lot of these websites will have their own discounts, on special days, so on and so forth. But people are buying silver regardless of having a special code being issued. So, on the retailer's end, why would they, again, if you listen to a lot of people who sell gold and silver, they operate on thin margins. They're buying things wholesale and selling it to us at a markup with a premium, so they can make some little bit of a difference there, so they can, take some money home or some fiat home. So that is essentially their goal. So if they add a discount there, they're thinning their margins even more. So why would they do that when they already see an influx of people coming in, buying up silver, um, just by the mere fact that there's more attention on silver right now, that people like Wall Street or boards like Wall Street Silver, I guess YouTubers like myself and others are constantly pushing the message of precious metals. For them, it's like, hey, well, people are coming to us anyway. Why do we need to throw out a discount code? We're just getting an influx of people anyway. Remember, some of the mints were having a hard time keeping up with all these people buying silver. So again, there's already an influx of buyers, and there's a potential for some of these retailers of maybe even running low on supply. If anything, they may raise prices because of that. So, or raise premiums because of that, instead of doing the opposite. Especially if there's a incentive for people to just join Wall Street Silver and say, "Hey, I'm a part of this community," and more people join it. I mean, currently, now this number is actually pretty kind of eerie. But currently, let me make this a little bit easier for you to see. Um, there are, let me scroll down here, 66,600, but it looks like 666 members here. So there are a lot of people in this community currently. So 66,600 people. Why would they give us a discount? If anything, I'm sure they will want to raise prices because so many people are flooding them, and they are possibly just maintaining the same supply they've always maintained. So, guys, let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about the dollar rising in the near term, but the yield curve rising, and what it says about the long term. Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks again for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. It's blackbullionforgoldandsilvertoday.com.